We pruned, we chilled out and let God do his thing. We stopped trying so hard. We bloomed. And now we're about to really understand what it means to bloom. And that is excellence. Are you excellent in everything that you do? If you're like me, the answer is probably not. Okay, hi. So welcome to week 4. I've titled this devotional, Excellence Equals Bloom. And the verse is, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians 3:23. So once upon a time, someone close to me who shall remain nameless wanted to surprise me and clean the kitchen while I was out running an errand. I like to envision the sparkle in their eye, the pep in their step as they went about doing a little something they thought that I would appreciate. The only trouble was that they only sort of cleaned the kitchen. Crumbs were all over the countertop, some stuck into a glob of marinara sauce, papers piled up into a corner, the floor had scraps of paper and crumbs all over it, and some clean dishes weren't even put away. They were set next to the cupboard one might assume it would be stored. After I returned from my errand, I walked into the kitchen, tired. A messy home is a major stressor for me, and since the kitchen felt undone, I rolled up my sleeves and started cleaning it so that I could turn in for the evening. This was odd to the person close to me who shall remain nameless. They were puzzled. They were also a little bit hurt. "So that's it? That's the response?" they said, hands on their hips, totally exasperated. And I was like, what? I looked around to see if they were even talking to me or like talking to the person behind me. And I was like, what are you talking about? "Well, I cleaned the kitchen. You didn't notice?" Again, I turned around to see if they were talking to someone behind me because what kitchen? What, this kitchen? Sometimes I wonder if I pull this kind of half-hearted stuff on God too, expecting like this full reward, looking all silly with my hand on my hips like, Lord, I sort of did this good thing when it was convenient for me to do so, and I'm wondering about that blessing. And then I envision God looking behind his shoulder like, are you talking to me? For most of us, our natural proposition is selfishness. And when we do an unselfish act, we usually kind of look around for some kind of reward, high praise, advancement, especially if we do it more than once. Another natural position is laziness. And when we do something kind of sorta and we really didn't want to do it in the first place, we also look for some kind of high reward, some high praise, advancement. Especially if we do it longer than 5 minutes. Okay, that was hard, what we just did. But that's the thinking of someone who doesn't fully understand who they are, who they were made to be, how they've been renewed, and how they are intended to bloom. Not only does blooming require suffering, it requires excellence, discipline. And excellence and discipline is such a drag. The person who only eats half their cake because they aren't that hungry anymore isn't really my tribe. You know what I mean? And yet, even though I'm still pretty young, I've lived long enough and dreamed big enough to realize that without being committed to excellence, discipline, consistency, and integrity, I'll never reach my fullest potential. I know that. It's obvious. It's evident in my life. I won't bear all the fruit I've been created to bear. Listen, nobody's inspired by mediocrity, okay? Because that stuff's easy. Anyone can do easy. If you're like me and you love God with your whole heart, nothing but giving your whole heart to everything you do will do. Excellence is a form of worship. It's an expression of gratitude. It's being so overwhelmed by the gifts that we've been given that we refuse to waste it. And listen, I'm not excellent most of the time, but I strive to be, and sometimes I come close. It's hard work, and I only succeed at it when I do it for God, when I'm connected to the vine always. And when I do really good work, Nothing makes me giddier than to stand before the Lord and show it off to him, grinning like an idiot, all giggly and proud. If I'm going to do something, pick up the crumbs. Make it sparkle. Do it right. And do it for God, not the applause. That's true beauty. And it's who you were created to be. Someone of excellence, integrity, someone who does the right thing even when it's hard. Someone that is in full bloom. Is that you?